on the great Bose products, but coming up now, I've got a great way to clean up your computer, make it run more efficiently, allow you to be able to protect yourself from viruses. Many of you don't realize that your antivirus programs aren't necessarily protecting your computers in the most efficient way. With the FixMeStick, it's going to allow you to be able to keep your current PC, but help to remove viruses, malware, and software programs that your traditional programs cannot. It's going to keep your photos and your emails, but it really is going to allow you to be able to have that extra level of protection. It's not a replacement for an antivirus. It just goes places and does things that your traditional antivirus programs cannot do. We are giving you today, this is the set that you're getting, and we're giving you the devices that will protect 3 computers for a lifetime. If you watch the infomercial, you'll see an offer that for $59, you'll get the device for 1 computer for 1 year. So we've got a much better value. And here joining us for the full presentation is Joe Harrison. Joe is one of our electronic experts. Joe, it's nice to have you here.
It's great to be here, Marlon.
If you've got a computer, you almost need this.
Absolutely. If you bought a computer in the last 10 years, this will work for your computer. It is a necessity because, unfortunately, there are about 200 to 300,000 new viruses, new threats that are attacking your system every single day. Over the course of a week, that's over 1 million different threats. It's virtually impossible for your antivirus to stop that many and keep up with the demand. So this is what you use. This is the deep clean for your computer. It's called a FixMeStick, and it's such a simple device. It just comes on a little USB. You take it out, you put it inside your USB port on your computer, you come back 2.5 hours later, and then you're done. Your computer is entirely clean, completely wiped out of all viruses. This is the only product of its kind on the market, and the reason why it's so important is because viruses are smarter. About 10 years ago, viruses went from a point when they were being 100% active to being dormant, which basically means that when you run that antivirus, it only scans the active files. So there are a lot of viruses that are hiding in the background, hiding in the nooks and crannies of your computer. So once you put that stick in there, it starts finding all those places where viruses are hiding. Because viruses now, they're not active all the time. They're active on Tuesdays, they're active on a certain time of the day, they're active when you visit a certain website or open a certain program. There's a really famous virus called the Michelangelo virus after the artist. That virus is only active on his birthday. 364 days of the year, it's not even active, so your antivirus doesn't even pick it up. That's where FixMeStick comes in, because it does a deep clean for you. Now, all you do, again, is you just pop it into your computer, into the little USB stick. And this, Marla, it actually has its own little computer built inside. So this will actually reboot your system, and it runs your computer through the FixMeStick. You're not installing any software. So what happens is every file from your computer, it runs through the FixMeStick. And if it's clean, it lets it go back in. If it's dirty, it keeps it trapped in here. And the software, this is the easy part. You basically just reboot the system. Step 1 is it will check make sure you're connected online, because step 2, 3, and 4, it's downloading the latest antivirus and latest definitions to make sure you're safe and secure. And by the way, you're not just using FixMeStick software, you're using 3 of the top antivirus softwares. So every file, Marlo, it's getting triple filtered. And you can see right now, typically when your computer stops, your antivirus stops at about 15,000 files. I'm well beyond that. I'm at 56,000 files, and I've got over 220,000 files to scan. So this will take me 2 to 2.5 hours, but Marla, it's the deep clean that we all need to really make sure.
And we all know that, right? We brush our teeth twice a day, every day, but every 6 months you've got to go to the dentist, and you've got to get that professional deep clean. Same thing is true for your computer. It is no difference, and there is no way around this.
Nope.
Our computers not only are a big investment, but the information that we house on our computers is so private and so personal.
Absolutely.
And so we have to protect all of that information. This is going to remove those viruses. It's going to keep your programs, photos, and your important documents safe, which are important. Remember, unlimited lifetime use on up to 3 window PC. So if you've got 3 computers, you're all covered. If you only have 1, now you can share it with other people. North American-based service and support. So if you have any questions, there won't be any language barriers or problems trying to translate. Compatible with Windows 10 and previous versions of Windows. So what's current and what you had in the past. Share your stories with us. I've got some good numbers I'd like to share with you that you might find fascinating. In the last 90 days since we've launched this, we've sold 15,000 of these. It's a universal challenge. You can't turn on the television news. You can't read information on the internet without hearing about viruses and what do they call it when they are able to get into the system?
Well, different Trojans that sneak
all
past
sorts of
and everything.
I mean, it's just nuts. And so we've got to amp up and have the right ammunition to protect ourselves. In 90 days, we've sold 15,000 of these. It's sold out 4 times in the last 90 days. Sold out 4 times. I mean, everybody's on top of this. And since last Friday, we've sold over 5,000 of these just since last Friday, because this is going to work with the current antivirus program that you have in your home. It will not slow your computer down. I think that's one of the #1 most asked questions. It won't slow your computers down, but you've got to realize this, and I know Joe said this, and I want to repeat it. This is a deep clean for your computer. So this is not that fast, quick wash and buff and out the door. It's going to take about 2 hours. So expect that. Set that time aside, I should say. But that's important because that's what you want. You want it to go in and do a thorough, very detailed job in trying to notice and see if there's any type of malware, bugs, antiviruses that are lurking around in your computer. And that's why so many people are buying this. I hope you're one of the lucky ones. Very limited. We expect it to sell out again. I was saying to Joe, I was reading some information about the projections of this product going forward. I imagine that this product is going to become increasingly popular.
Absolutely.
You know?
Especially, Marla, because it's the only one of its kind in the marketplace. There's nothing else like it. And FixMeStick was actually created by 2 guys who worked in the antivirus industry. They had been for over a decade, and they knew there had to be an end solution. They knew there had to be an external device to truly remove the virus. Now, when I talk about external device, you know, really what am I talking about? If you delete a program or delete a file from your computer, it still stays on your computer. Have you ever deleted a photo or deleted a document? You're like, oh, I didn't mean to delete that. You go back to recycle bin and pops back down there. You can always retrieve them. When your traditional antivirus finds a virus, what does it say? It says, I'm going to put it in a quarantine. Essentially, it means I'm putting it in a bubble, I'm stashing it somewhere in your computer, and we hope that bubble doesn't burst. Well, there are new viruses that are out there that are attacking those quarantine viruses and then letting them run free all over throughout your computer again. So what you do with the FixMeStick, this is the only way. It acts like a vacuum. It will remove all those viruses, even everything that's in your quarantine. It will get rid of it, and it is the only one of its kind. And Marla, every time you get a virus, every time you get malware, your computer starts to act slow. It starts to act like we're seeing here. It starts to act a little sick. You know, you get online, you get all these annoying pop-ups.
It's so disappointing, too.
It is, especially sometimes you get like a brand new computer 6 months into it. You're like, man, this is slower than my old one. You're wondering why. It's because so many viruses are attacking your computer and slowing it down. So instead of going out and spending another $600, $700, $800 on a new computer, just try FixMeStick. And within 30 days, if it doesn't give you a huge list of viruses on the results page that it's just wiped out, return it. You can take the challenge and see what we're talking about when you get this at home. Now, the other alternative, Marla, if you don't buy the FixMeStick, and by the way, it's so super easy that even on the back of the USB, they can print the instructions because there are only 2. One is insert into PC. The next one is double click and run FixMeStick. That's how simple this item is. Now, if you don't want to do this yourself, you can pay people to do it. One of the largest electronic retailers here in the U.S., they'll take your computer for probably a week, week and a half, and they charge $90 to do this service. Now, the technician knows how to wipe out your viruses. They also know how to look at your photos, look at your documents, look at maybe your tax information, whatever you have stored on your computer. You're giving someone complete access to your entire system, and you're out of a computer for a week, week and a half. This is something you can easily do at home. It's as simple as popping it into your computer. I recommend you do it every 2 to 3 weeks, and I also recommend you do it at night. Do it right before you go to bed, so that way when you wake up the next morning, Marla, you got a nice, fresh, clean computer that you're free of all those viruses, free of all the malware.
I want to quickly read you some of the reviews and invite you to join us. Almost 6,000 of these have been ordered. Don't miss it. You don't want it to sell out before you on board with this. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread for the computer, one customer wrote. It works wonderful. I love it. And her name is Misty. She wrote it. Great gadget. Here's another one. It says works great and was so easy to use. Just follow simple instructions is what they wrote. So, and here's one more. Wow, this is a long one. This one says, what an excellent product. I have adware. I have adware
That's
on my
pop-up stuff.
Yeah, I have adware on my computer that my virus protection software did not catch. No matter how often I ran the program or scan, after using FixMeStick, the adware was totally removed. No more pop-up, and hooray! Thank you for providing this product with lifetime support. And sorry, I was reading that as a third grader. But there you have it. A minute remaining. Remember, no software installation. Yeah, plug it in. No passwords required. All you do is plug it in. You plug it into that USB port. It's going to do all the work for you. It's going to give your computer that deep cleaning. It won't slow your PC down. And remember, not for 1 or 2 computers, but for 3 computers. 3. And this is the best value. You'll see it on the infomercial. The infomercial sells the exact same thing, but you get 1 for 1 computer and protection for 1 year. We give you 1 for 3 computers for a lifetime protection. So if you'd like to have it, go for it.
Absolutely, especially if you're noticing your computer's running slow. Why do you need to pick up something in addition to your antivirus? You want to continue to use your antivirus on a day-to-day basis. This is going to aid and really be a tag team to remove the viruses and remove the malware. But there are 200 to 300,000 new viruses every single day. Over the course of a week, that's over 1 million new threats. It's impossible for your antivirus company to create that many solutions on a day-to-day basis. That's why when you run FixMeStick, they're not just teaming up with 1 antivirus software company, they're actually teaming up with 3 antivirus software companies, Marlo, to make sure we have the latest antivirus, latest definitions. You simply plug it into your computer, and then when you wake up 2.5 hours later, it's going to be nice and clean and virus-free.
We'll stay on the phone lines if you'd like to have it. I think it's a must-have. I mean, our computers, like I said, are at the hub of our home. You've got your finances there. You've got your business applications that are there. You want to protect it. Protect that investment. Get the FixMeStick. As I mentioned to you, over 15,000 sold in the last 90 days, 5,000 since last Friday, and we've got final quantities in stock now. So definitely choose it. Take advantage of the free shipping and the FlexPay. Joe is going to hang out with me a little while longer. We've got more electronics.